Hi, how you guys doing? Come on. What they say? Come on in. Come on in. Welcome. We are so excited. I know I'm excited. Welcome to tonight's Repair the Breach. I was telling the ladies, I said, tonight is like a girls' night where we come, we talk, we chat, maybe beat our face or two. I told Chantel she would not catch me with my works undone this week, huh? Yeah, we're not doing that. But last week we had such a great response, and I'm so excited about tonight as I'm able to have two of my besties with me. Chantel's coming back, and Tasha is coming back with us too. So I'm so excited. So you guys make sure you fill up the chat with whatever questions you may have. Let us know, talk with us, and let us know how your day is going. If you have any questions or you have any topics you want us to talk about, this is the chance to do that. This is going to be girl talk. So I'm so excited. So yes, bestie edition. So with no further delay, ladies, come on. Hey, girl.
You're so funny. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Tasha, girl.
Hi.
I know they was like, we were salty. We was like, man, Tasha couldn't make it last week. She was working. But she with us tonight.
I was working.
Period, as you should. How are you ladies doing though?
I'll let Shane go first.
I'm doing good, doing well. You know, kids are asleep. All is well. Okay, sleep.
I'm doing well. I'm still trying to wake up because I actually took a nap.
Come on, nap.
Yes.
Come
So I'm
on.
trying to, I don't get many of those. So I'm still trying to wake up from my little nap. But I'm doing well.
Yes,
Doing good. I feel rested. I could go back to
that's
sleep though.
great. Yeah, I understand that. Oh,
Yeah.
they in here. Hey, Tabby. Hey, Des. Yes, girl. I actually have to dive deeper into that book. But yeah, that's
Hey,
a good one.
Deshane.
That's a good one. How you guys doing?
My,
Mike,
my husband, Michael Hunt. Praise the Lord, saints.
Mhm.
Lord.
you funny. Hey, Mikey.
Hey, Mike.
my, my.
But yes. Well, I'm glad you all had a good day overall. Tasha, it's a great thing you had a nap. And
Yes.
come on here and get the babies down. And
I'm
they both
trying,
sleep.
man.
Hey,
Come
Tiff.
on. Hey, Tiffany girl. She back, Shan.
Hey.
Let us know how you guys are doing in the chat. Um,
Yes.
let us know how you guys are doing, how your
How are you
Thursday is
doing?
going.
You asked us, how are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, child, I'm tired. But I'm good. I'm doing okay. Like the days sometimes have highs and lows, but truthfully, um, any day above ground is good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I hear you on that one.
doing
Amen.
what I need to do, making sure I do what I need to do for myself, which I'm getting back
Mm-hmm.
to that. So, yeah. Even though you already know, but obviously y'all know, but you know,
Yes.
indulge the saints. Okay, what's the first topic we're getting into? What's like something? What's the first? What's on your mind? Like, what do you? You know, no, that may be too deep. I'm gonna wait for that one. I'm gonna wait for that
Ooh.
one. Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
It's too deep. You starting deep
Yeah,
already?
I feel like it's not deep like spiritual, but it can get there. But it's like a deep topic. I feel like,
Well,
but
let's
it's
go.
based off of like what happened today, though. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I had a scenario at work where one of the older kids assumed that one of my fourth graders was gay,
Mm-hmm.
and he has like this big phobia that he's just now addressing, I guess. And the way he went about it, yes, definitely that balance part, okay. But the way he went about it was very abrasive, like to
Mm-hmm.
the point where he put his hands on him. And I was like, well, and I wasn't down there when it happened, but I'm just like, I teach my fourth graders to protect each other. Like y'all my kids, y'all siblings, whether y'all like it or not. Like that's the kind of dynamic we have.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking to the boy, and we were like, why do you feel that way? And he was just like, I just don't like him. Like I feel like it's weird. I feel like, all this stuff. And I'm like, but even if that's a choice of yours, he was like, I wouldn't want any of my friends to be like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm saying, and this is what I told him. I said, I'm saved
Mm-hmm.
and I don't believe in their lifestyle, but I don't mistreat them either. And if he did attest to that, why is that any business of yours? And so it was like one of those sticky situations because, children and people commit suicide over things like this. Like, this is a
Yeah.
thing. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I was like, in high school, I I wasn't gay or anything like that, but one of my best friends was, and he was cool. We didn't. He knew where I stood. I knew where he stood, but we were able to maintain that balance. And like now, obviously, that's not a thing. But if I've never mistreated him. We just life just so happened to separate us, right? okay. But it was just really eye-opening for me because it's like children that young can have such a dislike for something. And I mean, obviously it's the culture too of their dynamic or their home, but it was their life, I guess. But I don't know. It was very interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. I think that that child has some displaced emotions. Because the whole thing is whether the boy was homosexual or not, you don't go
Mhm.
putting your hands on people,
Right.
period. So I
Yeah.
think that is something that really needs to be dealt with. You cannot like something, you can disagree, but there's a way to do it.
Right.
The conversation I would have had is, why do you think it's okay for you to go put your hands on someone because you don't like
Mhm.
something,
Right.
especially something you may not even 100% know to be true? And how did it
Right.
Right.
affect you?
Right.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Yeah, I
definitely got
agree.
into that.
Yeah, I agree
Mhm.
with that as well. And then, I mean, you can't use God in everything because not everybody is saved, and being
Right.
children, they don't know. So the whole dynamic, like Shan said, is at the end of the day, why do you feel like that's okay that you, because something you don't
Mhm.
like in your environment, that you feel like you can put your hands on somebody else?
Right.
That's not okay. But then it stems from his environment and how he's raised and what
Right.
he sees at home. So he might think that that's okay because that's what he's seeing, he's accustomed to, but he needs to be taught that he can't do that.
Mhm.
He can't do that. And then
Right.
they also need to be aware also that what those effects can do to someone when you afflict that type of harm
Yes.
on someone, what that can do. Like you said,
Yes.
they could
Yeah.
go home and kill themselves. They could go home and do
Exactly.
anything because now someone has done harm to them because they're misunderstood.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we brought out too. And Keisha, you have a great point. And she said that some things are taught. He had to have learned it from someone most likely. And I agree wholeheartedly.
Hmm.
And that's what I
Hmm.
told him. I was like, I was really upset, but I'm like, you don't. That's not something you get to do. Like, you can't do that.
Hmm.
And I told him, I said, that's actually against the law. Like, that's considered a hate crime. That's considered discriminatory. Like, those are things that people stand for. And another teacher shared how one of her eighth grade babies committed suicide because they were teased about being homosexual.
That's so sad.
And, it was just like eighth grade. Like, these children, and I've worked with my children about bullying and all that stuff. And I'm like, I said, so you're going to have a hard way if you think that that's the answer to everything. Like, you
Mhm.
can't just do that. So it was very interesting. Like, that was so. And this child just got back to the school. Like, he had left, moved, and they moved back. So this is not even, he ain't even been back a week. I
Yeah.
said, God, the my fourth grader, but the fifth grader been there for a while. I'm just like, Lord, like, okay, like, obviously we have to have more conversations about boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boundaries.
Y'all are the
But yeah,
counselor, y'all are the everything. Teachers,
yeah,
they're a lot to the children.
yeah,
Y'all see them all day. You deal with their ups and downs and, low moments, good moments, and, everything from home they bring to school. They're still
yes,
trying to, find their way through. Y'all are a pivotal part of their lives, whether or not teachers realize it. Y'all should get paid more based upon what you all do.
make
Um,
make it make it
I
known. Okay,
honestly like, and just thinking about my childhood, and I think about school, and I think about the teachers that really imparted into my life and really pushed me and really gave me that space to be who I was. And if I didn't have
hmm
that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I would have reacted. But teachers they can make or break you.
right,
They can make or break you. So you guys, yeah, y'all have a big job to do with these children, especially now. It's a whole different. It's not like what
oh,
the way we. There's a lot more that's introduced now that wasn't
yeah,
introduced before. I mean, we was outside playing, running around. Now they on games and phones, and they got access to all this stuff. And so you got to talk about stuff in fourth grade. You talking about stuff we didn't even know about in fourth grade.
right,
I
right,
mean,
right,
I think I was still playing with Barbies in fourth grade, and
right.
so y'all have a lot. Yeah, y'all have a lot to deal with that. Hands up to y'all on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But that was on the top. That was a heavy one today, but
Was Des suggesting that we talk about work-life balance? Was that a suggestion, or was she just saying?
well, let's talk about it.
Sorry, I was reading. I guess what about it? Like having it,
Needing balance,
needing it.
how to do it. Child. Have we mastered it?
Oh, she said it was a
Have we gotten
suggestion.
there? Oh yeah.
She said it was suggested.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
she said it was a suggestion.
Have we mastered it? Do you feel like you've mastered it?
Ooh,
Girl, no. I don't even know what it is.
no. I don't think you ever will master it.
Shoot, like what is that? What is
Yeah,
it?
I don't think you ever
Tell me.
will master work-life balance. I think we change and shift so many times in our life, especially as women. I mean, people in general, but talking from a woman's perspective, um, we transition so many times. We go from being single, we go from being married. Then depending on the dynamic of our married life, what does that look like? If you have to balance workload, you working, he working, you home, he not home. What does that look like? And then when you introduce children, Shan has children. I mean, right now, I couldn't imagine. I want children, but I just don't even know how that would be introduced to my life and how that would. But you change based upon when things are introduced, right? So I'm like, I don't even know what that would even look like. So yeah,
My work-life balance is day by day, meaning it may be a day where it's balanced, it may be a day where it's not. It just depends on my workload for the day. If my children, my two toddlers, are cooperating for the day, if my husband is coming home at normal time, or if he's working late. I mean, all of those things play a part into my work-life balance. I am blessed to work for a company that is really about work life balance, meaning I get unlimited time off. So if I don't feel like working in the morning, I don't have to. There's no pressure, there's no consequences. You tired, be tired. So
I need that job.
I
right.
know
I was just
everybody, I
thinking. I'm
mean,
like,
yeah, and that really does help me with work-life balance, because if I'm overwhelmed being a mommy, being a wife, just the things, being a friend, being a daughter, parents get sick, different things, being a sister, just different things within family. One thing I don't have to worry about is my job. So that
that's
is
good.
a blessing, and that really does help with my work-life balance. But also I try to, which my husband probably say I don't do like I should, but I try to take some time for myself without, mommy guilt, leaving the kids for too long or not putting them to bed or something like that. But it's a day by day thing. I don't think, like, I agree with Tasha. I don't think it's something that'll ever be mastered, because life changes every day. Things change all the time. I have a new role, as we all know. So, you never
Woo,
know. But I think,
the room.
I think trying to balance it is the key to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're at least trying to say, hey, I need to take some time for myself. Or I need to take a minute aside from this and worry about Shan. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I think it's something that should be constantly practiced. I don't think it's something that'll ever be like, oh man, got it. At least I don't see it for me right now.
Yeah.
That's good. Not mastered, but managed.
Yeah,
And Tiffany
Wow.
said, right, one day at a time. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I feel like in the ideal world, like you have somewhat of a system in place, like like okay, no matter what, I have to balance this, or ideal world is to give this much time to work, this much time to regular stuff, and then this much time for myself. But
Mhm.
truthfully, when you, like you said, you embrace all these components, and that's not even including ministry. For those involved in ministry, like you have to, what is that? You know? So,
Self-care. I mean,
child,
that's a big thing right there. Like
yeah.
self-care these days is just it's hard to come by because it's just
Hmm.
so much going on. And most of us have that mentality, or that, we always want to give, and we're always supporting and always
Mhm.
doing. So we're always being the ones that's being pulled. And sometimes I can remember that was one time a thing for me that I really enjoyed. It actually helped me helping other people. So me helping others gave me kind of, you know, but then as I've gotten older, it's like, okay, no, I got to balance that, because now I'm getting pulled too much. And now I'm trying to, I'm feeling it from a physical
Mhm.
standpoint, or a mental
Mhm.
standpoint, or an emotional standpoint. So now I have to shift again, and I have to balance that
Right.
out, because what I needed when I was younger and could just go and do, and it wouldn't affect me, now it affects me.
Mhm.
So I'm
Right.
trying to do that self-care where you take time and don't feel guilty. Like she said, don't feel guilty for
Mhm.
going out.
Mhm.
And then for children, they pull on your little heartstrings because they don't want you to go. So then it's like, no,
Mhm.
no, mommy, don't go, don't go. And
Mhm.
so, and even being a wife, you just, it- your husband's like, okay, well, when you gonna be back? Well, I
Mhm.
mean, I'll be back. It's just like you be
Mhm.
feeling so bad. So then you can't really even enjoy yourself while you're out, because you like,
Mhm.
okay, I gotta get back. And I gotta,
Mhm.
and so it's just that. And even being, TK, as being a single, single,
I don't have
balancing.
nobody pulling on me.
You have friends that pull on you.
Yeah, I was gonna say yes, you do.
Yes, you
You
do.
do.
I
Now, let's go
do.
down
And
the list. You got no.
Uh-oh.
right, you have people
Uh-oh.
that pull on you, but I mean, it's the same. Like and it's funny because my job, I love my job, but it's like my husband will come home and he like, it's 4:30. Why you still on the computer? And I'll be looking like, oh man, I am supposed to be off work. But I'm so like, I don't know what's the word, but like when I start something, I gotta finish it. Like, and
Or when I
like when it come to work, like, and then too, I gotta do my best at it. So I feel like if it's not good, you're not
Hmm.
getting it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna stay and do it. So my husband like, no, 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 4 o'clock, whatever it is, you log out, and I'm just like, I'm training myself to say, okay, Sharon, it's okay to leave it for tomorrow or next week or however it is. Like
Hmm.
to leave it there so I can spend time with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like that, some things we don't have to do is just in us to want to do,
Yeah.
or to try to get done so nobody else has to do it.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, sometimes that can be unnecessary stress too.
It's good quality though.
Hmm.
It's just
I think
learning when
so.
to use it, when not to use it. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Because usually we use
Hmm.
that. I'm the same way as that. Like I give 110% in like everything that
Hmm.
I do. It don't matter what it is, ministry, home. I try to give as much as I can. And sometimes you just overdo it, because you just,
Hmm.
you want that perfection. You want everything to look right. You want it to go. But sometimes you just gotta be like, you know what? This is what it's gonna be,
Right.
because they don't care. At the end of the day, they
shoot.
don't
Mm-mm.
they don't care.
They
And they
don't
try to care too much.
listen.
They
Not at
don't
all.
even care. So yeah, we learn and we
That was a
grow.
good one, Dara.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
It's
good.
a process.
Work-life balance.
It's a process.
And that's like you said,
Mm.
that's not included ministry. So
Mm-mm.
when you introduce that ministry and what that looks like, I was thinking about that when it comes to ministry. And I know y'all were talking about being first ladies last time. But even in ministry, when you take a position, people expect as soon as you get that position that you know what you're doing in that position. So, like, even if you're a first lady or you're an evangelist, you're a missionary, you're an aspirant missionary. Now it's like, oh, you could do this, 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 and this, and you're yet learning your role in that capacity. And so sometimes it's hard, because now you're, as a first lady, you're over all these people. You're a counselor. You're all these things to
Mhm.
people, and they expect you to know what to do,
Mhm.
and you don't
Mm.
know what to do. You're yet learning yourself
Mhm.
as being in this role. You're trying to figure out, okay, Lord, what is my next move? How do I position myself in this certain space? And I think that's in ministry altogether. Just
Mhm.
Yeah.
trying to figure out, when you get this title, it's not the title takes you places, but when it takes you places, how do I operate when I get there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know?
I think, and I know one thing that I said when me and my husband held like our virtual interest meeting or whatever before we started. Um, the people that choose or chose to partner with us, I was like, have grace with us. Like This is our first time stepping out. We don't know it all. We're not going to say we know it all, you know. Um, but have grace with us. Know that we truly love God and we truly mean to do well, but there are going to be some mistakes made along the way. However, you know, we mean to be about our Father's business. We love God with everything in us. So, no, we won't intentionally do harmful things, bad things, whatever it could be, but have grace and know that we're learning. This is new for us and we're a young family. And even in that, even though I asked of that, I am also understanding that not everyone will do that. People have expectations. Um, no matter, it's hard for people to give you grace when they see you in a certain light or in a certain position. But then that comes in where I feel like God has to work on us individually, work on our hearts to prepare us to deal with those things, like eat the meat, spit out the bone type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like take it as a lesson, learn an opportunity, but all the extra stuff, you know, let God deal with it. Um, because I already know I don't know it all. And it's funny because, you know, we had our first service last week and we were like debriefing with our pastor, you know,
Mhm.
um, previous our pastor, he's still like our pastor. And we were just like debriefing, and I said, "Wow, we had one service, and I figured out everything I did not know, how that I didn't know how to do." And I started breaking it down to him, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." But the good thing that I love about him and them, and even Pastor and Mother Russell from back home, is that that's what they were like. That's what you have us for. So that teaching and that training and the things that we don't know, and that goes back to what I was talking about last week too, about having mentorship, God given, God sent mentorship, because without it, I think it'll be a lot more stumbling along the way. Like I feel like I don't have to necessarily hit my head in situations because I can ask questions, or and I have people that are looking over us, that are helping us along the way. So
I think that's really good. Yeah. And I always tell people I was set up. The Lord set me up. Yeah, he truly did. And we have conversations about that often. But you know, a lot of times our lives are set up so that we it prepares us for each moment, right? And so whether or not we realize we're ready or not, you're ready when God launches you because he knows that you're ready. And there's certain things, like you said, that you'll learn along the way. So like for me and my walk, I think I had mentioned to TK a couple of days ago. I said a lot of people don't know. Like everything for me was like a first. Everything, like my first boyfriend, which is my husband now, was my my husband, my first boyfriend, first husband, first everything was in ministry was just I don't know. Lord just set me up, just really set me up.
it
Because
was
I was just
orchestrated.
man, it was
Right.
orchestrated, but I was just like, how?
That's a better word.
Yes, that is a better word. Setup sounds so bad, but I don't mean it in a bad
Mm.
way. But I'm just like, man, because I just knew, like dating my husband now, I was just like, I'm not going to marry him. This is like my trial. You know, everybody's first boyfriend is their trial. That's it. So I had 3 girlfriends at the time, and I told them, I said, they were like, you know, you're going to marry him. I was like, no, I'm not. I said, okay, if I marry him, then all 3 of y'all could be in my wedding. You know, all 3 of them was in my wedding because I ended up marrying him. I could not believe I married him. And so from there, the Lord just really just orchestrated everything. Chantel's word orchestrated everything because I went into ministry, I hit the ground running, and I have been through every department you could think of: admin, finance, women's department, working evangelism. We used to evangelize outside, all these areas like I've been. And so the Lord kind of has prepped and trained me, which I know that a lot of people don't get that experience to do that.
Mhm.
But I've been the pastor's assistant, executive assistant. I mean, finance, for the national church, all these different things I've experienced. And so now we're in the ministry and we're starting. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to. What are you doing? Like, Lord, what are you doing to me? And he just keeps saying, like, I trained you. I'm like, I know, but I just don't want, you be kicking and screaming. Like, no, I don't want to do. But he literally preps you for where you're going. And like you said, you have people around you that can help you, Shan. You have people in leadership that have been there for years that can give you insight. I feel like the Lord is just raising new generation of first ladies and pastors that are, really going to just take this thing to another level. Show that there's a different way they can reach different people now. Not that the old way is bad, but some people need a different way of being pulled. And so he's raising up, and it's just like, all right, Lord, what are you doing? But it's been a journey, by far a journey, because we'll be celebrating our 3-year anniversary this Sunday. Yes. And so, woo! I mean, sometimes I just be like, Lord, yeah, you did this. This is all you, literally all you. And so we're literally being led by the Lord. But I'm happy to help anyone that needs help, because it ain't no joke starting a ministry from the ground up and trying to figure out what to do with what. So any free resources I can lend, you can have it.
You my girl.
You can have it. But yeah,
I love it.
It's great. But I will say, as an individual in ministry, just finding my place in ministry, purpose. I'm big on purpose, but sometimes it's so hard to find your niche and purpose in ministry, because there's so many avenues that you can go. And it's just like, okay, well, Lord, what do you want me to do? Where do you want me to focus on? Especially if you're good at multiple things. So it's like, where do I plant myself in this season? So that's my thing now. Where do I plant myself in this season? Lord, what do you want me to do? Because I'm gifted in all these areas, but where will you have me? And so I'm seeking to figure out what that is. And I think we all, as women, men too, are looking for that. Like, what is the season for me? What can I learn from this? So, yeah.
Interesting.
Why you say that?
You're right.
Oh, nothing.
Nope.
This is so interesting. But that's good stuff. So I was thinking about what you were saying, and well, both of you were saying, really. What is a day of no? What would you consider a self-care thing? Like a thing that you would do for self-care? Whether it's pedicure, mani, both. Whether it's a massage, whether it's stopping at Starbucks, whether it's going to Shein, and getting that dress that you said you was gonna wait, but you're getting it now because you felt like you deserve it. What does that look like?
Yeah, that's you, mother.
Right. Sounds like you.
That's you too, though, Shan.
Shop therapy.
Don't do that, because, ma'am, don't do that. Don't do that. We the same in that regard.
So, okay, I'm gonna tell you, getting my hair and stuff done, to me, that's not self-care. And like, for me, I feel like that's just a part of my routine. So I wouldn't consider that like,
Ooh, I
I'm
got a
gonna get
witness.
away.
That's her. Ooh.
Now,
Thank you, Robbie.
husband.
Hi, Jeremy.
I thought you was getting ready for bed. Okay. However, my self-care.
You should say, ooh.
Right, he blasted me. Tell him my business.
He said it, I'm out.
And I'm out.
My self-care is shopping, okay? But like, truly for me, it's a day away without being rushed.
Yes,
A day
that's
away
good.
without being rushed. That's all I desire, is a day away without being rushed. That's it.
Great.
That's it.
And in its simplicity.
It is so simple.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always on the go. I'm always in a hurry. I'm always running. So
Yeah.
my self-care is a day. I ain't got a rush to do nothing. Nothing.
I feel that. Tosh?
Yeah. For me,
Para mí?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm very simple. So maybe just like a massage or something like that. But I actually enjoy just peace and quiet. Just, I mean, sometimes I ride in the car in with no music, no nothing.
Yeah.
And that's my peace because there's, like you said, so much going on. There's so much noise. There's stuff going through our mind constantly all the time. So a moment that I can just take where I'm just in the car, no music, no nothing, and it's just peace. Granted, the cars are running and all, all that, but just being in my car in my space where I can control that environment in
Mm-hmm.
that moment, that for me is self care, along with the shopping and all the other nice things that we can do.
Right.
But for me, yeah, our minds, you know, constantly running. So mentally, for me, just having a mental break, quiet. That's
That's good.
yeah. What about
Jasmine Jameson, I think she said she feel that. She said I feel that. She said I feel that. I think she's talking about the she don't need to be rushed.
Mhm.
well, when you have
She said
kids too,
yes to
you
right.
gotta.
She said yes to you too, Tosh.
Oh yeah, but when you have kids too, you have to get up earlier because you got to prep them first, especially when they're younger. And then you always feel like you're forgetting something, running. Oh my gosh! And then you're rushing to get. Oh my Lord Jesus, bless the mothers, bless the mothers. I tell you. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
you definitely
Mhm.
have to have a routine. So TK, it's your turn.
Oh shoot! I'm sorry. You said y'all ask me people. Um.
Oh, she said 5 a.m. child.
Oh we
Oh,
bless the
oh,
mother.
with the kids. Oh, see, bless you, Jasmine.
Bless you. Oh, Tiffany shared hers. A day relaxing in the bed with all my favorite treats. Naps are everything in the season. Listen,
I want to
yeah,
go get some popcorn now.
hmm And she has two,
baby.
two, two babies too. She got an
Yeah,
infant and a son.
Mm.
yeah.
Mhm.
He's
So I
5.
think cars. I think he's 5. Tiff, is he
He's
5?
5, going on 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Keisha said, "Yes, nap me, please,
Oh
honey." Bless y'all mothers. Yep, he's
yeah.
5.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for me, really, I think one of the best, and I've just come to this understanding. I think one of the best moments of self care for me, when done right, is really just getting away, like just going somewhere. And um, like because yeah, like even like Chantel said, and like you said too, Tosh. Um, I can go get a pedi and a manicure here, or I can go. I treat myself to my favorite snacks typically. Um, or sometimes I don't. But then or I may buy something, but I'm still in the hustle and bustle of my schedule.
Yeah.
So it's like breaking away from that is like a real way that I unwind or like really breathe because I'm like, even though I'm breathing, I got all these other things that I have to do in the back of my mind. And that to me, I can't rest with all this stuff in the back of my mind. So breaking away, actually getting a vacation or getting a moment where, or even a day in a hotel and I'm just sitting down somewhere, or that my family member's house or whatever, but I'm away from my normal activities or normal life, is a way that I really.
Jasmine. So first she said,
Jasmine,
hold on,
wait a minute.
wait a minute. Facial and Brazilian is my new self care. I agree with Chantel. I get my hair and nails done anyway, plus brows. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Tiff said yes, naps while on vacation
Yeah.
somewhere, oceanfront.
I can't do that. I'll be scared of bugs and crawling.
Oh no,
She is terrible with that. She be
Mm-mm.
like,
I'm not. I can't be outside. I can't
you
relax.
can't be
girl,
outside.
Not
no,
trying to
not any
relax.
place tropical.
No. No
Jasmine, I'm
bugs.
gone.
No
Eat
bugs. No
everyday oxtails
mosquitoes.
wherever I want.
Just go eat every day. Period, Jess.
Okay, yes.
This is the oxtails for me. Yeah, Chantel is terrible.
Mm-mm.
Oh, let's see.
Okay, here come Roby.
Jesus was a huge influencer. He understood how the key to success.
Huh.
Tell me how.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
ask
was gonna
that.
say elaborate, love.
Me either,
I'm
Chantel.
scared of
I'm scared of
birds.
birds.
Scared of birds. Oh,
It's okay.
she wrote your name right. She changed it with an S instead of a C.
Oh, praise God. Oh, we almost got it right. It's two
It's an
E's.
E in there.
E-N. Yo, it's
But I
okay. Shan
appreciate you
is
for
fine.
trying. It's
She did that because it's Shan. She put
yeah,
Shan
it's
on there.
Shan. I know.
Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
She tried Jazz. You good, girl. You ain't got to. You good.
Right.
She know who you talking about.
I'm not offended, but
Yeah.
Oh, she said.
Tiffany said, not outside Oceanfront Hotel with the balcony door open so that I could hear the waves and feel the breeze. That's
there we go.
specific.
There we go.
That is nice.
That's specific.
I'ma just open the window
Tiffany
from the
made it clear.
room with the and still had the
Oh,
screen
she said, I'm
closed.
sorry, First Lady. Oh,
Yeah, you
Girl,
all right.
you good. This ain't that. You ain't no. This ain't that. This
no,
girl talk. Okay,
no.
Shan. You know she ain't like that.
I'm waiting on my husband's response for this self-care. Honey?
Okay, here you go.
He did
You
it.
can
He
read
did
it.
it.
You gotta read out loud,
sister.
Chantel.
Oh. He stayed. I really was just to be real close. Okay, hold on. He stayed sending the people and disciples away to make time for himself and for the Father. He also taught the disciples by taking them away.
Wow.
That's why I always like to be on the. I'm just playing.
No, I could see that. I could see that
I can too.
when they thought Jesus was disappearing, but he really wasn't.
He was
Just
stealing
stealing
away.
Yeah.
And
I
he
can see
did
that
that
because
with love.
honestly, that stealing away too spiritually, that is self-care for me. Like when I'm able to just go sit, y'all, I sit on the floor. I sit on the floor. I have my tablet and my Bible, and I'd be sitting there listening to music, rocking and praying. That'd be the best 10 minutes of my life before I'm disturbed.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, no, I can see that definitely. Spiritual
Prayer
self-care.
is the best for me. Prayer, after you get done praying, it's that release.
Mm-hmm. Feel like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Like you can do
You got
anything.
your armor.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come down and it's like, okay, wait a minute. All right.
Right.
Every time.
But like, I just want to stay there. Let me go back.
Okay.
Right.
Keisha said, listening to the water at the beach while meditating on the word and prayer. That's what used to. Oh
Yes,
my
I used to do
gosh.
that.
I used to do that all the time.
I used to
When I
take
would
my
get off.
journal.
Yes. I was just about to say that. I would get off of work at the bank. I would go somewhere. I would go to either a park or I wouldn't always go to the lakefront because our lake is like yucky and it has a bunch of people, but there's a part that isn't. And I would sit in the car or I would go to the park and sit where the little pond is and I would have my journal and I would just be writing and I would just be playing worship music and just having a moment, the birds chirping and the Lord speaking like, oh,
it's like,
oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
I live for moments like that.
Jeremy said,
Jesus.
go ahead, Shan.
Oh, okay. If you're burnt out, you can't help anyone, yet alone yourself. The objective is to be at a place where you can succeed in what you do. Agreed,
Wow.
love.
That is good.
That confirmed a lot. I can't say that on here.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm gonna
That
say,
is good.
tomorrow's gonna be a day.
Yeah. And people
Different
understanding that too. Because when you're misunderstood and you taking and stealing away as if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, it just puts you in a different headspace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't fully enjoy that stealing away when you're not understood and why you're doing what you're doing.
Right. And understood by the people who you should be understood by.
Right.
Because everybody else's understanding really is irrelevant, right? But for those who you may answer to or those above you in leadership, whether it's work, ministry, what have you, family, whatever,
or
being
even your
misunderstood
spouse.
by you care. Yeah.
Like
Anyone you
because
care
I
about.
know there has been times where I go to like I can go to my husband and I'll just look at him away. Like you know that to that point where you're like almost in tears, but you're not there yet, but you just looking like I'm depleted. And my husband, like, he will go in right there. Like he'll start off just like, oh, it's all right, babe, rubbing my back. You know, it's okay. And
Mhm.
then he'll get to praying, and as he praying, the tears just come. So it is, you know, that's a whole marriage thing. But
Mhm.
to be in that place, and sometimes you feel like I can't pull myself out in this moment. Like I am just
Mhm.
depleted. I am so, but to be able to connect with a person, i.e., a spouse, or even a best friend in that way, where they can look at you and say, all right, enough is enough. You done had enough, and I'm gonna help you fight the devil, type of thing.
Yeah.
Um, so it
Mhm.
is awesome to have people that can discern in that way and know you in that way to say, okay, you know, you not acting like yourself. You moving a little slow. You're a little down or something, and be able to say, nah,
Mhm.
you know, because not all the time. Now, I'm not going to say God can't be God enough to help you to pull yourself out, but we need people sometimes. Like sometimes
Right.
we need a shoulder to cry on and somebody to say, okay, you know, come on, we finna pray. Or when you ain't
Mhm.
got the words to say, when you need to just cry and release, but they praying. So,
Right. I
yeah.
agree
Yeah.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I agree. It's important to have those
What'd you
people.
say? I agree. I'm sorry. Were you still talking,
Who?
Tosh? She said,
No.
"Who? You?"
I'm sorry. No, I was talking, but then I was reading because we got a
Oh,
couple of.
okay.
So Jasmine put, I love my
I love
AM
my
time
A time.
from 6 a.m. to 6:45. After I send Lana on her bus, I can walk around my house, anoint my husband and children while they sleep, and pray and spend time with the Lord. Yes, Shan, thank God for husbands that are following Christ.
Mhm.
That's good.
And Jeremy,
Being honest with yourself is so key. The devil prides himself on you denying the truth. Denial doesn't set free, the truth does. Amen.
you preaching. You are
Can't
preaching. That's
get
so
can't
good.
get help if you ain't honest about it. That's for
Right.
sure.
Right, right,
You gotta,
right. That's
yeah,
so
you
true.
gotta first admit you have a problem before you can get help.
Right.
They teach you that
Yeah.
in AA. At least
Oh,
so I hear. I don't. I've never
I
been. I just
was about to say,
Mm.
wait a minute.
Like, okay, Martha, who
You
meeting you
said
in
that
with
so
this?
quick. It was like in AA, like,
I've read
wait a minute.
books. I've seen
This something
shows.
you want to tell
I've
me?
heard. I
Right.
just never. I've never gone. I don't know for myself. I just heard it. It's a constant thing that
It's
I
all right.
hear.
I'm not gonna judge.
I ain't going. I don't go. Okay. You try to make me go to rehab.
Oh,
Now let me
Keisha
play.
put the eyes.
Keisha.
Whatever, Keisha.
Jasmine said,
Can we
"Can
be
we
honest?
be too honest?" Or no, I've been told that in the past.
Nah. Well, what
Too
you mean?
honest with whom? Because
Right.
there
What you mean? And about what? What you talking about?
Um,
Keisha. Keisha Petty said
let's see.
yes, or when he sends confirmation through a stranger. Now that used to freak me out. But then I knew it was God though.
Yeah,
Sometimes it
that's how
had
you
to.
know it's
Sometimes
God.
it had to be a stranger to really like snap me back.
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine funny.
Jasmine, I want to know who can you be too honest with?
Uh, Jeremy
People
wrote,
People
let's
are
see.
suffering and drowning in misery. I want to see people live the life that Christ died for them to have. We've never seen people battle mentally like we see today.
Very true.
"Oh my gosh, yes,
Very
that,
true.
that the mental struggle I was just talking about." Jasmine, okay, she put,
Your struggles and people in the church.
Oh
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no, you don't
yeah.
say all
You
that
got
to
to be
them people in the
careful.
church.
Hmm.
Uh-uh. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Hmm. You can be
No,
too
baby.
honest with some people. I think that you pray and ask God for discernment on who you can share with to get help, because that's not everybody's business and not everybody can handle that. Everybody can't
Mm-mm.
handle what all you did or what you thought about you wanted to do.
mm-hmm.
So you need to really ask God to give you discernment and send somebody for you to talk to. But yeah, you have to be careful with that.
Yeah, Yeah, because some people will use that against you.
Think they won't.
Yeah, they'll use it against you for sure.
Girl, stop.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you have to be. You are no. Mm-mm.
I'm not even finna go there. Nope.
Yeah, so you do have to use discernment because I think I was saying sometimes I was just saying that sometimes people divulge too much of their life or their personal on social
Yeah.
media and places where
Oh,
people
thank you, Lord.
some people don't have your best interest at heart. So
Right.
you have to be God led in some of the things that you've done. Yes, you've experienced them for a reason, and it's to help people. But sometimes it's a one-on-one type thing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
God will give you someone to go to and have that conversation with to help them and uplift them. But that don't mean everybody got to know that you did X,
Mm-hmm.
Y, Z. It's just tailored to that person. You are weak over there, TK. What is
Yeah, because some people, yeah, not everybody can handle it. Not everybody
yeah,
can handle it, and some people they will look at you different. Just
yeah.
just being honest. You tell people you used to snatch purses every time they see you, they gonna hold their bag.
Right,
So
right.
you just got to be real careful, real
That is
Oh
careful.
so
Not
true.
God.
that's not to say not to share your testimony, but just be led of God when you do.
Be mindful. Be God-led.
Yeah,
Shoot, I need some tissue.
yes. And just to piggyback on what Pastor Friesen was saying about the mental struggle. And he was talking about he also put about anxiety, depression, etc. It's all just too much. And so these days we really do have to be intentional about who we have in our space and who we're around, because if not, it's easy to get pulled into that hole, and then you don't know how to
Yeah.
come out and not have that those your circle, your little inner circle is important.
Baby,
Mm-hmm.
I
gotta be
mean,
solid.
you need to have it's about linking up. This seasons is about individuality, but it's also about linking up, because when you can't fight, you got someone to stand in the gap for you and be like, oh no,
Right.
we
Right.
finna
That's
fight that.
important.
We gonna pray, we gonna push through. You coming out of this. And
Hmm.
when you don't have that mentally, you beat yourself up over and over in your head. It's just it's
Mm-hmm.
that mental struggle is something else. It's taking
Yeah.
people out of
Yeah.
here. It is
Yeah, and
really
a
taking
lot of
people out of
times
here.
when you feel that way, like, and this is part of the reason why I said this year I'm like really intentional about my friendships and my relationships, because if you think about it, people that are depressed and anxious and dealing with all these different things, they start to isolate themselves. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So like it's like a whole cycle and a whole trick of the enemy, because now you're alone and all you're stuck with the enemy and he's feeding you these thoughts and you're all by
Yeah.
yourself. So you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's like a cycle that unless you're connected to somebody and unless God literally reaches down and snatches you out, you're gonna feel alone and you're entrapped in your own thoughts.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
do think having these relationships, meaningful relationships, God-given relationships, it's very important. Like even if you just got one friend, that you can call, like, look, sis, this is rough. I just think
Mhm.
it's really, really important. But in
Mhm.
the day we live in, you can't trust everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Wearing your mind out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And learning your gifts and abilities too, because I didn't realize, like in the beginning, I wasn't really churched. So I was yet learning. And you have gifts that lay dormant, but then they start to unfold as you learn and grow in God. And so my discernment as far as feeling people was really, really strong. I didn't know that at the time it was even discernment. And so a lot of times I would be feeling people. I was trying to figure out why I was feeling depressed and I was feeling someone and I didn't know. And so here I am trying to fight off all this stuff and trying to figure out what I'm thinking something's wrong with me. And it wasn't until I learned, oh, I have the gift of discernment, or I have this gift where I can feel people, I have empathy and these things that I had to maneuver and learn how to work through, because I'm like, this is crazy. I felt like I was losing it.
Right.
So also learning how to work through, whatever those gifts are that God's giving you as they unfold, you know, or knowing yourself to know what you can handle and can't handle, when it comes to people, is key. Because I mean, starting out, I was around some people that probably weren't good for me, but I didn't know that, and I was just constantly getting pulled and pulled and pulled, and it was just a lot that I had to kind of work through. But now knowing what true
Right.
friendship is, knowing what the people God has surrounded me around, I'm like, oh. This is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, I get it. But it took me going through a lot of different things to even acknowledge that.
Right. What Keisha say? This
Oh,
TK after
Jasmine.
me. She got a laugh for his spirit. Yeah, I had to. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
need
I'm
to
not
take a
going there
minute.
with her
Jesus is
tonight.
a. Oh, very.
No.
Hey, Jesus is a what?
Nope, you don't even gotta. You didn't even have to do all that. We knew what you were saying.
Lord,
What
Lord.
did she say?
Woo! That's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We thank God for Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
What
Jasmine.
Jasmine say?
Here's Jasmine's. Who's gonna read it?
Tara.
Ooh. Fine. Yeah, I learned that now, but back then it was kind of like, yeah, I'm not coming back here. I wasn't saved, so I was just talking to people in my church. I thought were going to help me or help, and it went terrible. So for a person that is not saved, how they gonna be honest if they can't know who to be honest with? Right. But I
Ooh,
definitely understand this concept now. But I'll get y'all. But I get y'all. I just gotta know how to explain this to someone I'm talking to when they come into Christ. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you know what? The, only allow them to be honest based upon who they're connected with. Right? Like you have there are certain people that people have a connection, a bond with, right?
mhm.
And clearly that person is you. If you know the person that you're talking to about coming to Christ, they've already developed that bond with you. So you can create that, set that boundary like, hey, I'm willing to be a voice to you. You know, I'm not available during this time, during that time, because that's important, right? But let them know, you know, put them on game before they even get there. Like, hey, everybody is just like the world. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
in the church is not saved. So you have to be mindful of what you're saying and who you're saying it to. If you don't feel comfortable enough to go to the pastor just yet, I will keep it between you if you have a counselor or yourself. I mean, or if you feel comfortable enough talking to me, we can do that. But, you know, and I can see who can help you with that. But I wouldn't just advise you going to talk to everybody just because
Mm-mm.
they're in a church. So,
Not
you know,
everybody in the church is saved
just
and there for the
right,
right reason.
preempt them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just preempt them.
So, and in a situation where you just have to talk to somebody and you're at a church, if you're a woman, I'll go to the first lady. If you're a man, I'll go to the pastor. If it's a situation where you just have to, and based on how they treat you, will tell you everything that you need to know.
Yeah.
If it's somebody that just needs to talk to somebody, you know, because you don't want them to just come and sit next to Joe and think because Joe at church, I'm gonna just start telling Joe all my problems because I need help.
Hmm.
Right.
No, if it's a situation and they need help in that moment, right then and there, again, if they're a woman, ask the first lady, can I speak to you for a minute? I'm dealing with a lot. Can you
Mm-hmm.
use some advice? If it's a man, go to the pastor. Can I talk to you for a minute? I'm dealing with a lot. Can you use some advice? And just let them know, you know, that response that you get will tell you a lot about what you need to know. As far as coming back to that ministry and all of that. But yeah, you even like Tara said, even when you're in the world, you just don't go telling everything to everybody. At least most people don't.
Mm-hmm.
So you still have to be selective in that, even if you don't have quote unquote discernment yet, or you don't know how
Yeah.
to use that yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that would just be my suggestion if they absolutely just needed to talk to somebody.
Right.
I agree. That's good. That's good.
You heard it from others, supervisors.
Yeah. I was about to say ain't nothing right there.
I'm district missionary. She's supervisor. You all out your tea? Huh? Your cup empty now?
No, I got a little bit holding on to it. It's good.
You missed the question.
You welcome, girl. You welcome, girl. I
Keisha.
got bone.
So I have a
She
question. Do
says,
you think?
so I have a question. Do you think we need to go back to having prayer partners?
Absolutely. I feel like yes and no. I say yes. I don't believe no. I'm not gonna say no. I say yes because we all need somebody to lean on, right? But you also, I feel like I don't. Yes, so that you can have someone helping to pray you through certain things, but at the same time, not becoming reliant on just that person.
Right.
Having a prayer life for yourself, or prayer, having a connection to God yourself personally, will go a long way beyond that person, right? Because God ultimately wants to communicate with you as an individual. And then, of course, you always can partner up with someone and say, hey, I'm believing God for this. Can you help? Can you pray with me? Can you pray for me concerning this? And then you all can go together with that. And then, too, we started when you're a baby in Christ, or you're just, Christ just saved you and you're coming along and you may not feel as strong yet. Then you can say, hey, I'm struggling with knowing how to word this with prayer. Can you help me? Or can you, give me how to? And which really, prayer is just talking to God. So just like we're talking here, it's literally a conversation. God, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. Help me.
But make sure whoever you're praying with believe what you believe.
Yeah.
And believe in
Don't
the
be
God
going with
of the
no Muslim.
Bible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just, because some people, they be praying some witchcraft type stuff.
Right.
So
Sage in their house
and
carrying on.
it sound real good, but they slip stuff in there. So
Yeah.
you got to make sure that whoever you praying with know Jesus, know God, want to know the God of the Bible, the God that we serve, because you don't want to get mixed up.
Yeah,
Right.
that's very true.
Absolutely.
I agree with both of you. You should have an individual prayer life, but you should also have someone that can push you. A prayer partner can push you and hold you accountable. So if you say that you have a certain prayer time that maybe you all set to pray together, whether it's in the morning before you go to work or a certain time throughout the day, you can hold each other to that to make sure you have that time, because there's power in numbers. So, when we pray together, we pull off of each other and we get that strength. But then we got to also be able to, when we can't get nobody, be able to call on Jesus for ourselves and be able to pull on him and say, Lord, I need you. Help me, Lord. Former pastors always say, if you can't say nothing else, just say, help me, Lord. And you get pulled on that, help me, Lord, and you start feeling something. So sometimes you got to be able to get it for yourself. But I will say that having prayer partners do help with pushing you through, especially those times where you need it the most.
Oh, my mama.
Oh, there go Mama Clark.
What'd she say? Absolutely make sure their prayers go beyond the room in which they're praying.
Woo! Well, Mother, yes.
Well,
I would.
you said that your prayers go, yeah, it reached the ceiling.
How you know? How you know it reached the ceiling?
Right. You said it didn't leave room. It didn't leave your mouth. So you ain't wrong. You gotta make sure they live the life they profess. That was a good question, Keisha.
That was a really good question.
Very good question. Oh wow. This was good, guys.
Yes.
It was.
It was very
How you
good.
ladies feel? I feel good.
I feel good.
That's good.
Yeah.
How does you all feel watching? How do you feel?
You're like a talk show host.
Tell me how you're feeling.
How do you feel?
From your lips to God's ears.
That's true.
Right. That's an old saying they used to say too.
That's
I want
true.
a direct line, huh? Call them up. That's what the old saying. Call them up. Call them up. Tell them what you want. How you gonna tell them what you want? You got a blockage on your line. My God.
Isn't there the song with there's a line in your bosom or something? Isn't there?
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Okay.
That's too southern for me. I don't think I know that one. I don't know that one. That's probably deep Mississippi or something. I'm from South Carolina.
Well, I'm not from it. Well, yeah, North Carolina. South Carolina.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about no line in the bosom. I don't know that one. I ain't know bosoms could have lines. Truthfully, I didn't know.
It's a song, but I had to.
I know.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Well, we thank y'all for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. The people have what's that tell you?
She just smiled.
I'm happy to be here.
You hungry?
You sleepy.
I'm happy to be here.
She's sleepy.
You hungry? I'm sleepy.
She's sleepy.
You hungry? You both.
I'm both. I'm literally
she's a nice
like,
podcast woman of God.
okay, no. Yeah, but I'm literally sitting here. So I got like some key lime pie that I just bought, but I
Hey, so
didn't
that
eat dinner.
oh, so I guess that chicken salad ain't no good, huh?
No, it's actually on the counter right now. I'm about to throw it out so I can clean out the bowl. It's done.
I meant to go get that chicken salad this week.
We definitely didn't eat it all either, so I'm kind of sad about it. But yes, I gotta figure out what I'm about to eat for dinner. I had took out some meat, but who finna cook right now?
Yeah, no.
Well, it's 8 something where y'all at, and it's 9 something where I'm at.
Yeah,
So
Oh yeah.
I think I might run to
Target had a few
Chick-fil-A.
deals. Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A.
as long as it's before 10 o'clock.
Right, it's
Right.
only 8 something. I'm gonna order for my phone. Y'all know what?
What you gonna get? You gonna
Hmm.
get a salad or you gonna get a sandwich?
Greedy. No, I think I'm gonna
And a
get
shake.
nuggets. Yeah, I know. I actually like that macaroni.
Who?
You
From
do?
Chick-fil-A.
I don't know if I do.
I salt and pepper it, but see, I don't eat it by itself. So like, this is real gluttonous. But I get a kids meal
Uh-huh.
with the mac and cheese, and I salt and pepper it, and then I put
I do kids meals too.
buffalo sauce on it.
Oh, that's good.
You put buffalo sauce on your macaroni and
It's
cheese?
just like
Yeah, because
buffalo
I put the
chicken mac
chicken
and
in
cheese.
there,
It's just like buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
and I get full
Ooh,
that way.
Mike.
Oh,
What he say?
Ooh, sorry. Shan has a
Shan has
taste
a
for a
taste.
Big Mac with extra sauce.
I'm not
What you
like
trying to
McDonald's.
say?
I
What
don't
did
like
you
Big
trying to
Mac
McDonald's.
with
say?
extra sauce.
She don't like McDonald's.
You
McDonald's of the
definitely don't like
devil.
Nah,
McDonald's.
I do got like, I like to eat, but
Right.
McDonald's ain't where it's at.
That's really different. Yeah.
It's good. I like
No.
it.
Tasha, so I remember, so Target had a deal last night where you love what, Jazz? She loved Chick-fil-A mac and cheese too, child.
Oh,
She
I
saw
thought it was the fact that
I
I'm
had the
greedy.
scoop. Girl, she funny.
I'm
She
not
probably
saying it's
Jasmine
bad.
like to eat too.
Mhm.
But
Mm.
I went to Target and they had these deals on gluten-free like microwavable dishes and dinners. I was like, honestly, I had only came prepared to spend a couple dollars. Let me go out to my car and get this extra money. And one of the meals was like the buffalo chicken mac and cheese. So
Hmm.
it's just like the same thing that Shan has, but it's
She
buffalo
just
chicken.
made it from scratch. She didn't put hers
Right. She
together.
just concocted together.
Oh, Jazzy love
Together.
mac and cheese.
Yeah,
Mac and cheese.
I can't say I have had anything like
How?
that. I'm really particular about mixing my foods, but
I am too, but I like that. It's
it sounds
weird.
good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not judging. I'm
Mm.
processing because I'm plain. Anybody will tell you I'm plain Jane with all my foods, and half the time everything's separated. I don't like nothing to touch, and I don't be
Yeah.
mixing stuff. It's just I'm plain, like just plain. So, but I'm
Yeah.
getting into buffalo stuff lately. I be
Mm.
doing the buffalo chicken and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
So
love to cook. I love to
Es
cook, so
bueno.
I'd much rather make my own food. However, I just clean my kitchen. So,
Hey, I remember Chantel used to make her double fried. No,
right, Jasmine. I don't
was
like my
it
food
double
touch
dry?
either.
Double fried? No, it
Yeah, my
was.
sisters
Was it
did.
double fried?
the chicken,
Yes.
mhm, it
You.
was
She
Oh,
used to
like
make
double
this
dip.
chicken that was so good. And it was
Mhm.
chicken breast. And whenever I didn't eat chicken breast at all because I used to think chicken breast is dry. I'm not doing that. But when Chance was like, "Girl, you gonna like mine?" I said, "I doubt it." She made it. This is when we were still living together. We
mhm.
were very honest, like,
I see.
girl, I doubt that I'm gonna
Mhm.
like that. And she was like, okay, watch. So she made it. It was so
You're
good,
good.
so tender. And she had this method that she used, girls. I don't know the last time she made it, but I'm putting in a request.
It's been a minute. I ain't made it since we lived in this house.
For real?
Mhm. Cause it's
See?
work to make that. Like I got to
Yeah.
season. It's work.
You can do it.
Ooh,
Jasmine
I
says she
love
don't like
chicken
her
breast.
food
I
with
don't eat
texture.
dark meat.
Oh, I'm unique.
No,
Oh, she said I'm
not
not
playing
plain. I'm
unique.
unique. Oh, thank you, Mama.
Period, mommy. Right, chicken breast. Yeah, but Chantel's was really
Don't
good.
try
Like
it.
it wasn't dry at all.
Keisha said, "Don't
Keisha's
try it."
stupid.
No, don't do it.
Don't
Good.
try it. Don't do it, Tasha. Don't try it.
It's
You
good.
funny.
Now, like I said, you gotta put some salt and pepper on that mac and cheese. However, with that buffalo sauce and little chicken nuggets,
It'd be fire.
good, real good.
I'm surprised you
Yeah,
didn't say it would be fire. It was fire.
fire. You good. It is
Yes,
good. Let me start using proper English.
girl.
It
For
tastes
what?
delicious.
Sounds like she's doing a commercial.
Right. Crop us out. Put you on a commercial. Wow. Well, I appreciate y'all again so much. And I have to potty. Like I've been holding it. I've been doing really well though.
Don't do that.
I've been doing good. It come and go. It went. The Lord help me.
Lord.
Well, bring me some when she make it together. I will. I will. She got some of my flour up there still, so even though I'm gonna have
It ain't enough to make that.
I
Yeah.
said I was gonna supply some more. I brought that flour up there when I went up there Saturday. She was like, "What you expect me to do with this?" I said, "Girl, it's a good few wings that you can make that with." Sure.
Look, you need to do
You
a
can do that.
gluten-free edition and talk about the struggles of you doing gluten. I talked to this lady in the line at the grocery store while that's my part-time job. And so the lady says she had to clean her whole cupboard out because she just found out her 10-year-old daughter is gluten. She has a gluten allergy. So she cleaned out all her cupboards and got all this new stuff. And I was sitting there, yeah. So my best friend has, so this is what you need to do. I was sitting here talking to her. She said, you should really go, you should be I'm like, no, only reason I know this stuff is because my best friend TK. And I'm just like, yeah, she going through all. So I was like, yeah, make sure you do this. And if you go to the bowling alley, she can't have that because they fry it in the same grease. Don't do. I was.
I pray
tell
my
people
children never have a gluten allergy.
girl.
I pray that they
tell
never
people,
do.
pray over them that they do not have
pray that,
because that would
they
just
don't.
make me so sad.
I know. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
I mean, we have things now that we have croissants and stuff, but it can get expensive. But I tell people, Chantel is my doctor because she figured out I had the allergy while these other paid physicians just stuck on dum dum.
Yeah, they
And
should have sent me that money.
yeah, girl, Tasha is my dietitian because she be trying to find me different vitamins that I can have.
Yeah,
So
they
that I
got these
can eat
gluten ease.
something.
Anyone that's got gluten,
Yeah.
gluten ease, I'm telling you, it helps you digest
Listen,
gluten if you take it unnecessarily.
my
But
best friends are the bomb. Like they, I got my whole little doctor and nurse set up. Like I'm good. Truthfully, find a new doctor. Chantel, let me get my insurance. Pay you.
give your copay. Go and give your copay.
I pay you my copay. Shoot. But yeah. So yeah, man, I'm just so grateful to have both of my besties on.
Definitely glad to be here.
And Chantel, you did landscape today again.
You did it, girl.
Right. I keep looking down like.
Oh, your mom said, what about me?
What about you? Mom, you are my nurse. You're my mother.
You can't forget about mom.
Nobody. My mom does now. She does do. They've been getting better. They had figured out what I can't have. Even though my dad accidentally gave me regular Oreos a few weeks ago, and I was sick. We were just talking about gluten-free Oreos, and I think he went to go get the gluten-free Oreos as we're talking about them, and he handed them to me, and I'm just like, yeah, I saw that package when open. I said, Dad, what did you give me? I said, you gave me regular. What did I feel it, child? He felt so bad.
Oh,
and I was like, where's that Benadryl?
Oh no.
But yeah, my mom, they do well. They was like, we fried some fish and gluten-free flour so that you can have some. And Chrissy looks out for me. Jasmine be trying to consider me. So that y'all, my people be peopling. Chanel.
Oh, you can always go back and do the replay. It's okay.
Yes, you can watch the replay.
I mean, it's an hour and 14 minutes long, so
it's gonna go by fast because we had a great conversation and we're fun.
Yes.
Yeah, it actually did go by pretty fast. Pretty fast.
See, Shan.
Okay. You know, I never go back and watch anything.
Yeah, I know. You don't have the
I'm
patience
really
for a lot
bad
of
at
stuff.
that. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm getting
It
better. I
hurts.
don't
You're
be
like,
on
okay.
social media like that.
Yeah,
Every
you
now
suck
and
too.
again. I'm trying to do
You suck
better.
with
But
that.
Yeah.
look, I'm trying.
That's all you can do is try, Sugarfoot. Y'all just try
Hey,
the
brother
best y'all can.
Austin.
What are you on? The Reverend on?
Why
Where you at? Where you
I
at?
just said it says Austin Russell is watching.
Bless you,
Oh,
Reverend. Hi, Reverend. But yes, you guys be sure to share this. I'm not sure. TK always have something good to watch. That's what.
ooh, oh,
How
that is so
kind.
sweet.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how true that is, but I appreciate that.
We're not going to
Huh?
diminish that. We're not going to diminish that.
Thank
You're
you very
absolutely
much.
right. You're
Wow.
absolutely right.
I'm
I
grateful
believe
for
that
that.
all the lives are worth a replay too. I'm just bad when it comes to that. So I try to watch it live. I said that to say. I try to just watch it live. I do better.
You do well with that, actually. You be tuning in when you can. I'm grateful for all you do. Because my niece and my babies be keeping you busy and you still try to tune in.
I do my best, man.
You do a good job, sissy. You do. But yeah, you all clap it up for my bestie.
I'm clapping it up for Tasha.
I'm clapping up for Shanta.
And I'm clapping it up for the both of you. I'm saying this both y'all. I'm sleepy.
You are.
Listen.
Chantel.
No, I'm sleepy too, and I'm thinking like, do I
I
really
had a
want to
nap.
DoorDash?
I had a nap.
I ain't gonna say the N word. This girl.
You know what? I didn't have a
She all
nap.
rejuvenated.
I didn't have a
I said
nap.
rejuvenated.
And tomorrow's my off day, and I still got to be up at 6 a.m.
Oh.
Why?
Do you need to go back to sleep?
I'm not going to do nothing until I eat. However, yeah, I'm gonna try to lay it down after I go grab some food, which is horrible, but hey, I gotta wake up super early. I got a doctor's appointment in the city tomorrow. So
in that city. Well, not that city. I don't want you to go to that city yet. We can all go together. We get raptured. Get caught up to meet them in the air.
Girl, I'm not about to keep playing with you.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm trying to. You was talking and stuff. Shoot. You see how you trying to blame me? Chantel. Oh, see, that's that big sister stuff that she tried to do. I'm the oldest.
Prove
between me and you. Huh? My birth certificate does.
Well, I'm older than both of you.
But you know what? I said between Chantel and I, okay? Whatever.
So that settles that.
Whatever.
Right. I'm done.
But
I'll let you give your ending.
Yes, thank the ladies again. You all make sure they clap it up for you guys already. But thank you so much, sissies. I appreciate y'all so much. This was good. Like, I really did enjoy it. I feel like a lot of people needed to hear you both. And I think you both, it was good. It was good. I hope you all enjoyed it. Okay, Mom. She said, and I'm the oldest. Bless you. You are, Mom. You are indeed. You got that one. You got it. You're one. But yeah. So you all, sorry for slouching. You all have an amazing, have an amazing rest of the week. Tomorrow and the weekend. Be sure to tune into y'all making me hungry. I can't eat. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I pray God is fill your belly up so you won't even feel like hungry. Yes. But yes, so I pray you all make sure you all tune in to Redeeming Grace this Sunday for their second service at 2. Yes, 2 p.m. Central. And then be sure to tune into Yes, TCC at 1 Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, right?
Sunday? Is she frozen? She's frozen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, she's not moving at all.
Oh boy. Oh, it would be 4 p.m. For if she's talking about the anniversary service, it's 4 p.m. Eastern. It'll be 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Central.
I think she is gone.
She's gone.
She's frozen. Chantal, I think it's just me and you.
Well, on behalf of Tara,
we want to thank you all for coming. And we look forward to having Girl Talk again. Yeah. So you guys have a wonderful night. Bye.